A statue wanted by George is stolen from Jerry's apartment by the boyfriend of a writer Elena's working with. Wow! This is how those wordsmiths over at IMDB summarizes the statue, including no less than 5 characters in the same sentence. Ironically, there's no mention of Kramer, even though this episode was a breakthrough for him. But I guess that makes sense, because who cares about a small side character like Kramer when there's an episode featuring the pivotal role of Elaine's colleague's boyfriend? This is Larry Charles' first screenplay to hit the air after the cancellation of The Bet. Charles said that he was more interested in developing the Kramer character, as he felt Jerry and George were already well defined. Kramer was very unformed at the beginning of the show, and it gave me an area of creativity to expand upon. He was a character that I could have an impact on in the future of the show. Michael Richards was pleasantly surprised by this development, and famously said, "I began to feel that the character really became Kramer when we did this show called The Statue." I always wondered how the casting call for Kramer went. Wanted, one actor who can display varying levels of lunacy, seizure-like pratfalls required. Among the pop culture referenced in this episode is MacArthur Park, which George was singing when he broke the original statue using it as a microphone. The original version of the song, by Richard Harris, peaked at number 2 of the Billboard Hot 100 in 1968. 10 years later, Donna Summer's cover reached number 1. To this day, it is still hotly debated why exactly anyone would leave a cake out in the rain. The 1960s TV show Dragnet is referenced many times too. Not only Kramer say he'll look like Joe Friday wearing Jerry's grandpa's hat, but the scene where he retrieves a statue is clearly a tribute to the show. Even though Nurit Koppel and Michael D. Conway were truly amazing as Rava and Ray, the actors' careers never really took off. The TV movie The Odd Couple, Together Again, and the comedy Fast Food Nation probably being their respective most well-known work despite having minor roles. Speaking of Ray, you'll notice in his scene at Monk's, there's nothing in front of him when he sits down. Shortly afterwards, a plate of toast appears out of nowhere onto the set, and is later joined by an inexplicable cup of coffee. And even though Ray is shocked to be called a thief, you'll notice that he leaves without paying. So the servers at Monk's can magically make food appear, and they let you leave without paying? No wonder why the gang's always there. When they first meet, Ray calls Jerry Lord of the Manor, the very same nickname Jerry will use in the contest episode. The statue also includes the first mention of Mr. Lippman, the owner of Pendant Publishing and Elaine's boss for the first half of the series. Finally, remember when George says that breaking the statue was the single most damaging experience in my life, aside from seeing my father naked? Well, it might have been the most damaging so far, but you have to ask yourself what is really the worst experience you can have with your parents. Seeing one of them naked? Seeing your father wearing a man's ear? Or having your mother caught you doing, you know. Next episode, The Revenge. So that's it, Selenites. If you have an idea for a topic you would like me to cover, leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Smash that subscribe button and turn notifications on so that you won't miss any of the regular uploads. And remember, film horizontally.